This team also packs a different kind of 1-2 punch. They are not teammates, but they do share a special versatility that sets them apart, and a determination that has allowed them both to overcome adversity and achieve stardom.
Hardaway gets it to Mullins, three-point country. He's made all four that he's tried out there tonight. He dribbles, he stops, he shoots over Magic from 21 and hits another one. Mullins, the greatest outside shooting exhibition I've seen in years, maybe ever.
Chris Mullin is one of the finest basketball players in the world. But to fully appreciate his greatness, one must first learn of his journey. Growing up in Brooklyn, New York, Chris Mullin was a boy with a dream.
All my life, that's all I ever wanted to be, was an NBA basketball player.
You would always see him running down the avenue, or you'd see him going to play at odd times.
He had a key to his grammar school gym. He had a key to his high school gym. He just spent an enormous amount of time trying to improve his game.
Chris's practice paid off. He was a high school and a college All-American, an Olympic gold medal winner, and finally, the #1 draft pick of the Golden State Warriors.
You know, I thought that was the greatest thing. I'm coming out to California, you know, make good money, hang out, you know.
Mullin was being hailed as one of the NBA's hottest young stars. His life was beginning to change.
I always would put other things behind basketball and working out. That was always my priority. Little by little, the tables were being turned, you know. Once in a while, I'd say, I'm not gonna work out tonight, I'll just go out and hang out. To the point where I was really, you know, get out of shape, and then you don't feel like playing because, you know it's gonna hurt, you know, and so going out on the court became a chore.
He was overweight. He was late for almost everything. And it manifested itself really in his preparation. He wasn't prepared to play physically or mentally.
And I always had good direction since I was a kid. Early in my NBA career, you know, I got sidetracked and kind of got away from what was being good to me.
During his third disappointing season in the league, Chris Mullin checked into an alcohol rehabilitation center.
Maybe that's what I needed to wake myself up.
Here's Chris Mullin making his first appearance in a game in over a month.
48 days later, Chris returned. He had a new start and his old attitude.
The one reason that I became a good basketball player was my work ethic. After I went through alcohol rehab, I'm just back to the way Chris has always been, the way I've always been, and things have turned around.
It's stolen by Mullin. He leaves Skiles in the dust. He hurdles over the kite and puts it down.
What he's done to this franchise is he's created a work level unprecedented in sports.
Nearly stolen by Mullin, disrupting things, stolen all the way ahead. Less than a second, go!
Once again approaching the game with a consuming passion, Mullin has become the superstar that he always seemed destined to be.
Mullin, through the leg, through McDaniel, through the hoop.
The Warriors down 2 points. Here goes Mullin, draws the crowd all the way to the basket. Got it! What a remarkable play by Mullin!
For Mullin, having been named to the Olympic team is an accomplishment of special triumph and perspective.
I set a goal, and I get there and I knock it down, then I move it ahead. So now I just keep looking ahead. There's no finish line.
Scottie Pippin of the Chicago Bulls sees no limit to what he can achieve. Multi-talented athlete entering his prime, he is overflowing with confidence.
Here's Armstrong, in left back to Pippin, and oh! In his face!
You can't go in there and be intimidated by anybody.
Scottie Pippin works in for the right side. What a dunk!
You got to approach the game where you put fear in other guys hard and just go at them.
Pippin on the drive, left of the lane to the rack. Whoa! Scottie Pippin!
But Pippin didn't always see his name in lights. Having played only 1 year of high school basketball, he wound up playing his college ball in obscurity at Central Arkansas. A virtual unknown, he caught the attention of pro scouts at senior all-star games, and his NBA story had begun.
Scott Pippin of Central Arkansas. That's right, folks. You probably have never heard of Scottie Pippin.
You know, after I was drafted there, you know, I now Horace Grant, one of my teammates, say, I heard him call your name, and I was like, what? Who is Scottie Pippin, you know?
I laughed and I joked, but he got selected ahead of me, so I guess he got the last laugh.
But Scottie's laughter soon faded.
As a rookie, you know, he got frustrated a lot, and he was immature, and, you know, as all rookies are.
But with time, Pippin began to realize his great potential.
It has been the Scottie Pippin show so far in this game for the Bulls.
You could see greatness in this young man with his physical ability, but also the tenacity with which he played, and you could see him just getting bigger and stronger.
On a purely physical level, Scottie was blossoming, but he would learn, courtesy of the Detroit Pistons, that in the NBA, mental toughness is what separates good players from great ones.
Look at the block by Rodman. Reaction. Pippin lost his cool for a moment. The Pistons return to the NBA Finals for the third straight time.
But in the 1991 playoffs, Pippin would show Detroit and the world that he had come of age.
No matter what they did or what they tried to do to frustrate me or take me out of the game, that, you know, I would get up and shake it off. I just kept giving all I had, and I knew before long that, you know, they would have to accept the beating that we was giving them.
Wire with Paxson and Pippin racing down. Pippin hard for the reject. Pippin off the steal. Pippin, yes, and it counts.
In the championship series, he would face the final test of his newfound star.
Notice the matchup with Pippin on Magic, a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, able to bump, be physical with Magic, knock him out a little bit further.
Playing Magic to a standstill, Pippin helped the Bulls capture their first title, and his long road to the top of the NBA was complete.
Pippin fakes, now drives the baseline. He jumps. Pippin to the hoop. Signed Bernard King, guarded by
Even after being chosen as one of the 10 best players in the world, Pippin remains hungry for more.
I try to learn the game by how I play on the floor, by how I perform, and I just try to keep building from that.
Spins it off to Horace Grant. He lays it in.
The sky's the limit for the young guy.
2 seconds.